Hey, it's Matt. Welcome to 2024. It's January 5th. Happy New Year, happy belated New Year. So, time to review live action Yu Yu Hakesho episode 4. I've been doing one a week, just kind of timing it along with, although I will probably do the fifth episode earlier than I do this episode, just because it feels like I want to watch it this weekend, get it over with, but we'll see. So now it's episode 4. So, for those who are new to my review, this is the first one you're picking up. This show is basically taking like the first 50 to 70 episodes of the anime or the corresponding chunk of the manga, picking out characters and some storylines and compressing it down into sort of a summarized version of the arc, with the omitting things like your Meshi's time as a spirit detective in spirit form, and all the training montage with Genkai. It's fine. If you've seen the anime or manga, read the manga, seen anime, there's nothing new you're going to get from this other than seeing some stuff like the fights in live action. Right? So going out with a caveat, as I said before in the first episodes, this show is pretty good. So understanding if you already read or seen the material, you're not going to get anything new other than some new visuals. Okay, and so the question is, are these actors doing good jobs with the characters and so forth? That being said, if you've never seen or heard of Yu Yu Hakusho before, and you watch this and enjoy it, I think that's a sign that you would enjoy the anime and possibly the manga even more. I think that's the target way that the creator did this, and that's great. So this episode, we basically, the gambler Taya, I can never remember his name. Some of his names I can never remember, to be honest. Sakyo-san. He has things set in motion with his team of yokai that they kidnap Keiko. He has the 4 protagonists going to his island where the dark tournament's going to be. Kuwabara is kind of an add-in, so that his wild card throws things off in a way. We have the backstory with younger Toguro having killed Genkai and been training with her. It's all set up for this episode to have the matches, which is basically Hiei versus Bue, Kurama versus Karasu, Yusuke versus younger Toguro, and Kuwabara versus elder Toguro. Okay, so those are our matches. Now we see the entirety of Hiei and Kurama's fight. They survive, but barely, and that kind of fits, how it was in the manga. Hiei used his I never remember the name. I haven't watched Yu Yu Hakesho probably since 2010 or so. So I really should do all the anime because it's such a great anime. But his special dragon attack that burns his arm to a cinder, he eventually executes. It looks pretty good on screen. The one flaw I would have preferred is if the lighting, like it looked brighter, so you could see more clearly the dark colors of the dragon, right? But I think they did it to sort of save money on the special effects. Kurama goes into his yokai form, which is a one-tailed fox prince, basically. It looks much better than his human form. The coloration on his human, the more and more as I watch the anime, the one thing that really throws me off is Kurama's hair color and something is off about the way they've costumed him. I always had something with the hair, with that hairstyle, that it's a Japanese hairstyle where you have that low hanging bang. Kurama and Botan have big foreheads, so it looks cool. Here it looks like like a mask, and it detracts from him. In fact, the actress who plays Yukina looks far more like the character of Botun, albeit with a different hair color, than the actress who's playing Botun. So we get the fights. I enjoyed all the fights. Actually, funny enough, the one I enjoyed the most was Kuwabara, Keiko, and Yukina surviving against that demon monster until they got to Toguro, Elder Toguro. not that I say dislike the others, but there's something fun about them working together, Wolfpack tactics and all, you know. So, and then of course Sakio opens the wormhole to the demon world, which again is jump forward in a plot. So that's kind of what happens in the episode, right? So I'll page through this and give you some thoughts. So here's the beginning. They're on the boat. Again, see right there, Kuro's hair. It should be flat, but you should see more of his forehead, and the hair coloration is off. It just the coloration of even his costume. It should be darker, I think. Also, this is Sakio showing that he's a sort of psychotic gambler, like worse than Tsunade or ever was Tsunade from Naruto. You know, won't risk anything, his life or his soul for the gambling. Yeah. And, then this is the four of them on the island. Kind of makes sense. He considers them separate. He's a loner, and then this is where they separate. He goes their separate ways. Then these three come in there, and they're going to split up. And our classic tournament sort of style thing. As far as the closest to their abilities into the way they fight in the manga or the anime, Kurama to me is the best. The rose whip, the plants, his sort of styling, where he's always sort of elitist in a sense. Like he has a set of skills that I really dug that. Karasu. He's basically Yusuke with a fireball instead of a spirit gun, right? But again, I like Kurama's fighting style depiction the most. Of course, Hiei with his speed and his sword versus overpowered character. Now here, this is Yukina. Now you see how I'll see if I can get a shot with how there's space between her eyeline and the forehead, the hairline. Okay, see, it's not as apparent here, but it's a little better. You can see more of her forehead, and I think both in terms of her face, she also looks more like Botun is supposed to look, right? That being said, I'm not complaining greatly. And obviously they're both beautiful women. So is the woman who plays Keiko. No problems on any of that sort of stuff. Like the Japanese are not giving you these woke weirdo castings. Ugh. So there's Yukina showing Keiko that not all yokai are bad. Some classic fights. The explosions. I really the plants. Again, the only thing I really would have wished is you see how it's so dark. Even the fire, it's supposed to be a bright fire, but it looks dark and muted. They made it. They did this to save money on special effects. The same reason, like in the legendary films, like in Godzilla, you see they're always doing the fights at night or when it's raining and stuff to save money on special effects. But within that context, I think the flowers would have shown up more and a better example if they were a brighter green against all of this, for example, or something like that. Hiei, classic Hiei, Keiko uses grappling skills that Yusuke or Urameshi taught her to deal with that. Karasu, counters what Kurama does. And then Kurabara, Yukina, and Keiko meet up, and this is when Kurabara begins to fall in love with her. Kind of love at first sight, that type of thing. I like him as Karasu. It's really good. Sakyu, the inveterate ultra-billionaire gambler. This is my favorite fight scene, with them dealing with this monster. Can't play it all, but you can see, like, they have great spacing in the room. They're going to work together, like Kuwabara, where he grabs Yukina, runs with her, then he pushes Keiko out of the way, creature gets dodged. Pretty cool layout, pretty cool choreography. Remember, they're doing that with nothing there. Like, maybe there's a dude running at them, but that's all special effects added in later. So, so they're working together, so they just split and distract. Kuwabara works on him, and then Yukina. See, they're wolf pack attacking him. It's a very good depiction of this fight. Then they come to use the building against him, and that's how that cool ending there. Then this is Elder Toguro, really powerful character, blah blah blah. And then Urameshi finally gets there, and this says with the final round of gambling, and he'll have to seal the turn open, and Toguro comes out and says he's gonna basically warm run. All in all, again, I'm not gonna go crazy over it. As far as there's a lot of good stuff in there, and the fights are all well done, all enjoyable fights. The pacing is nice. I'm not, I could complain on it too. I wish they had done a longer adaptation or whatever. But for what we got, for a one season Yu Yu Hakesho, make more people like the anime, maybe type of thing. I'm okay with it. So this episode's probably 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. There are a couple issues. Like I said, my issues I told you with the lighting. I wish they'd done something to lighten up, make the whole, get rid of some of the shadows in the background so you can see stuff a little more vibrantly. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Share this video out, please. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll answer them. My name is Matt. This has been Unbearable 17, reviewing live action Yu Yu Hakesho episode 4. Have a nice day. I am out of here.